Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I want to thank everybody that has subscribed to the channel so far. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider hitting the logo in the bottom corner and clicking on the subscribe button. It's free and very much appreciated. So today we're going to continue working on the Devinci Kobain hardtail here. We're going to be putting a Bashguard and a chain guide courtesy of Funn MTB on the Kobain. The nice thing about the Kobain is it does have the ISCG mounts, so it makes putting a chain guide and a Bashguard super easy. I know I installed a chain guide on the Roscoe last year and it didn't have those mounts and it made it a little more tricky. So with this setup, it's easy to put on. You don't have to remove the crank. You can go ahead and put the chain guide and the bash guide on. So let's take a look at these products from Funn. We'll see what comes in the package and how we're going to put it on the bike. So here's basically what you get with both packages. Here's the Bashguard. We get, of course, the Bashguard setup. This is, there's two versions available of this. This is for a 26 to 32 tooth chain ring. With the 30 tooth SLX chain ring I have, this will be perfect. If I look at the box here, it also does come in a 34 to 36 tooth version if needed. So basically with this you get that. They do actually send an extra of the plastic bash guide itself or guard itself, which I think is super cool. In case you wreck the one there, you can just easily replace the plastic guard on it super easily. Instructions and just the mounting hardware. Pretty straightforward. All you need is a 4mm Allen key to install all this stuff here. And then with the chain guide, again, just the chain guide itself and the mounting holes to mount on the ISCG mounts. And then basically just instructions and the hardware with some spacers in here that I'll need to line that up when I do actually get the chain on the bike. So like I mentioned earlier, this does install with the crank on. So I already put the crank on the bike, so we can go ahead and we'll put the chain guide. It says to put the chain guide on first and then to put on the bash guard if you're doing both at the same time. Okay, first thing they say to do, we're going to want to get this off of here to install it on there first. So let's do that with just a 4mm Allen. This just comes off super easy like so, and then we will just set that aside. So we're just left with the mounting bracket. So now basically we're just going to mount this to this tab here and this tab here. So we're just going to slide the guide in there like so and put in the two bolts here. This is probably super easy without the chain ring on or the crank on, but I just wanted to show you that it is possible to put it on without. All right. I think if I hold this up there and get this started through like so. Sorry if you guys can't see that, but basically we're just putting in the first bolt down here. You just want to make sure that it's going in straight. Okay, so we got the bottom one in there. Now we can go ahead and put the top bolt in there. And let's see, there we go. This is kind of awkward doing this on camera, trying to show you guys what I'm doing. If I wasn't doing this on camera, it'd probably be a lot easier actually. So we'll just tighten those up. It doesn't actually specify a torque setting for these, so we'll just tighten it up. We won't go crazy tight, but okay, so that's on there now. We'll go ahead and we can put the guide back on, which we will have to adjust. Like I'm putting this guide back on here. We will have to adjust this once I actually get the chain in place. All All right, so just getting that on there again. Like I said, I will have to adjust that once I actually get the chain on. Okay, I just want to note with the bash guide itself, when you're installing this with the chain guide, it's got some instructions here, if it'll focus here. But basically what it's saying is I shouldn't have probably put in the bottom bolt for the chain guide, because this is going to go through both the bash guide and the chain guide, or Bashguard and the chain guide. And it includes in the kit here, sorry, 2 washers. One is actually thicker than the other, so we need to pay attention to that when we're installing this with the guide. We need the thicker 2mm spacer, and it also has a tapered spacer that it comes with. We'll need to install that right here, if you can see that on the instructions. So I've removed the bolt out of the bottom mount, chain guide mount. So this will go in here now. It might be a little tricky. I must say that they do say this is impossible. This is possible. Like, they actually say you don't have to remove the crank for this, but this would probably be 100 times easier without the crank in place. So I'm just kind of trying to figure out a way to get this all lined up, and it is not fun, especially trying to do it. There we go, I think. Okay, wow, that's possible, but it's tricky to get all that lined up. You have to try to line up that spacer and there. So I won't tighten that up totally yet, because I'll get the other one over here first with our other spacer. So you can see here that I'm trying to get this. There's the mounting tab right here. I gotta put this through the crank, through there, then put that washer on, then in there. So it's not impossible, but it's definitely not fun. And the actual front one was harder than this. So now if I do that, so now I'll just go ahead and tighten everything up here. And just let's say that doing everything, when you have to kind of make a video for everything you're doing, it takes a lot longer to do things. So you kind of get an inside look there on the struggle of trying to get the proper camera angle and get everything lined up right is tricky sometimes when you're trying to do it on camera. So I'm gonna have to fine tune this all once I actually get everything in place. But there we have the Funn Zippa Bashguard in place, which looks nice. On there, offers some nice protection for the chain ring and the chain guide at the top. Not 100% really necessary this day with narrow wide chain rings, but it is a nice little insurance to keep your chain in line there. So there we go, guys. We got the Funn Zippa Bashguard and chain guide, the ISCG version installed on the Kobain. Not too bad, a little tricky getting it installed with the crank on, but as you saw, it is possible. So that is kind of cool that you don't have to worry about removing your crank to get this installed on your bike. So stay tuned to the channel. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It's free, very much appreciated. Stay tuned, we're gonna get finished getting this bike built up. Some other cool things coming up on the channel. And as always, keep your feet on the pedals.
Oh, shut your face, Toogy, Howser.